Washington lawmakers are set to unveil yet another tax on big businesses they argue is needed to offset federal funding cuts. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Mary Nam. Supporters claim the measure would raise more than $2 billion a year, but opponents are already lining up to suggest it will chase away companies and jobs. KOMO senior reporter Chris Daniels talked to the prime sponsors and is live from Amazon headquarters in Seattle with more. Chris?
Yeah, Mary and Preston, this idea is modeled after the Jumpstart tax that was passed here in Seattle, targeting businesses like Amazon. It wasn't that long ago Seattle went down this path, taxing big employers based on payroll levels to fund specific social services.
The Well Washington Fund is about investing in critical silos of public sector spending at the same time that the Trump administration is defunding them.
And now State Representative Shaun Scott wants to take Seattle's model statewide, taxing big companies with salaries over $125,000 a year to raise, he says, more than $5 billion per biennium. I can hear people already saying, didn't we just raise another $8 or $9 billion in taxes in Washington State?
Well, you know, there are some people who I do think look at state spending and maybe have a few qualms about that. And the question that I would ask them is, well, which areas would you prefer that we divest from? We spend most of our money in Washington State on public schools.
It's a bad idea, right?
Chris Corey is the deputy leader of the State House Republicans.
We're going to end up removing our tax base. Like the people that are actually contributing to our economy are going to be leaving. And that's going to create bigger problems in the future.
Counters Scott.
The Well Washington Fund, in part, bolsters spending on cash assistance programs. And the fact of the matter is that you see a much higher density of people who rely on supplemental nutrition assistance programs in Republican districts than you do in blue ones.
The Association of Washington Business said the proposal would make the state less affordable and less competitive. Redmond-based Microsoft and Seattle-based Amazon, who have argued against the idea in the past, both declined official comment, choosing to see if Scott's proposal goes down a similar road and gains traction. State Senator Rebecca Saldana, also of Seattle, did propose something very similar last year, and it stalled in the state legislature. I did reach out to Washington Governor Bob Ferguson today for comment, and he did not respond to an email. Now, as far as Scott is concerned, he is proposing this legislation tomorrow, but the session begins in Olympia on January the 12th. Mary and Preston.
Chris, would affected Seattle companies have to pay double the payroll tax if this gets approved by the legislature?
Great question, Mary. As with the legislation last year and the legislation now being proposed by Scott, there is an exemption for companies like Amazon in Seattle. They would get a state credit, not have to pay that twice. But obviously, Microsoft is in a different position than Amazon when it comes to this particular situation. And that company has been very vocal for the last year about their concerns over the current tax structure in the state of Washington.
Chris, thank you. That brings us to tonight's KOMO Pulse poll. Do you support new state taxes to offset the loss of funding from the federal government? Take a look at the live results coming in. 6% say yes, 94% say no. You still have plenty of time to vote. We'll update the results for you tonight on KOMO News at 11.